everybody, this is Ginger and this is Ginger's chat show, and my equipment's not cooperating here. Anyway, I hope all is well. Let's see, it's about 50 some odd degrees, and it's 58 degrees, 59 degrees, and temperatures are gonna drop day after tomorrow. And winds come out of the north. I'm sorry. Winds are out of the north at 12 miles an hour. Kind of calmed down somewhat now, but there's still some breezes. Anyway, this is day 5 of He Who Shall Not Be Named. And we all know who he is. Hi, Nancy. Of his trial, and they did the opening statements or opening arguments today, and of course the jurors are sworn in, and the usual housekeeping work to do before and prior to actual trial starting. First witness today was David Pecker. He was the head of the National Enquirer, and he basically teamed up with Trump with this catch and kill thing on the stories to keep people quiet, which is wrong. Anyway, he testified today. David Pecker didn't. I don't know. I think it's going to continue tomorrow. And then, of course, Trump has a number of other hearings that he had to go to all this week. Especially tomorrow, the contempt of court hearing. He might find himself in jail over that. So we'll wait and see how that goes. That's also being covered by Midas Touch. If you want complete information on how the law works and what procedures, what they can and cannot do, the lawyers, what they can and cannot do, then check in with Midas Touch. Also, Midas Touch is doing a law class. I'm looking into doing that, taking the class, and beefing up what I also learned in criminal law school, criminal justice school. So, doesn't hurt to have, on continuing education and knowledge and everything. Anyway, the lawyers made a statement that, in their opening statements, that argument that Trump has a right, what did they say? Trump has a right to bully, he has a right to interfere elections, that type of thing, and I'm like, you guys are a bunch of idiots. That's not what the law says. The law says you cannot interfere with elections, period. And they need to go back to law school. And also in political science, where they can't, there's laws there too, okay? Trump bullies people, and he needs to be shut up. He needs to be put in his place, and he's been really put in place in this court now. Judge Merchan is not going to give Trump an inch. He's not going to let him take a mile or anything else. He's going to tightly control Trump and say, hey, you cannot do this and this and this and this. So, the utter surprise by Karen Friedman and Figlio on Midas Touch, she said Trump didn't act out today. He was quiet, he listened, and he did not interrupt. So he was put in his place. So, which was totally a thing. I don't know if he, I have to look at the scorecard again. I don't know if he fell asleep again or not, but uh, there was a scorecard they put out each day of what Trump did when the events happened and everything else. Yeah, it's really kind of a shame they did not televise this trial, because that way it's on record and the truth comes out, because a picture is worth a thousand words. They could do it in trial in such a way where they don't show the jury. They only show the defendants and the yeah, but he's required to be there since the criminal trial. He's required to be there, and if he doesn't like it, well, just tough. And he can whine all he wants, but you know what? People are not going to listen to him anymore. He acts like a 6-year-old brat that hasn't learned anything. And frankly, I wish when he was younger and he was a young kid, too bad he wasn't spanked more often and taught boundaries and taught properly. And apparently, from what I gathered from his mom, she wanted to discipline him. But his dad wouldn't let her discipline him. Normally, it's the other way around. But he would not let his son be disciplined. And, you know, that's really dumb parenting. I mean, you think you would know better. So, anyway, check with Midas Touch. They do have their scorecards. If you go to patreon.com/Midas Touch, they have these scorecards that you can take screenshots of, from what I understand. If not, just let me know. Correct me on that. Oh yeah, well, also he's been told, reminded once again, he cannot bully the witnesses. He cannot bully the jury. He cannot bully any of the members of the court. He has to behave himself. And then tomorrow he has that contempt trial, contempt hearing. And there's strong evidence that a lot of the contempt thing is occurred. And there's a strong case against them. He might find himself in jail for 30 days. So, and fine, I think it's $3,000 or something like that in jail time. No, but I haven't either. But I guess they need to do it in such a way that to protect the jury and whoever from Trump's crazy followers, you know, the hardened ones. Hey, Dorothy! Hey, I'm so sorry. Oh no, that was Virginia Teruzzi. Virginia Teruzzi tried calling me, and for some reason, thank you! Thank you! You too! She also shares a birthday. Virginia Teruzzi, she does. She tried calling me twice, and for some reason, Facebook's video messenger wasn't working properly. I think it's on her end. It worked fine here when I talked to my daughter, but I think it's on her end. Her thing is not working properly, so I told her, I said, I'm sorry, I tried calling you back, but it wasn't working. So, so this week is going to be interesting, and thank you, Nancy. I told my daughter this morning when I got up, I said, well, every trip around the sun is adding on one more pop and snap to my bones. You know how your body reacts to aging and everything. There's a pop, there's a snap, there's you move a little stiffer, that type of thing. Okay, you talk to her. Okay, well, I couldn't talk to her. I don't know what the problem with Facebook on that. And Facebook has been acting really funny. So, um, anyway, I'll post a thank you on my Facebook page on that. Anything else? He has a contempt trial. He has that 25th. They have that hearing regarding his immunity thing, and I hope the Supreme Court gets smart and proper head on the shoulders, say no former president or president has immunity, and just tell them that, deny Trump that, and said nope, not gonna happen. Yeah, it's me, Dorothy, and Virginia T. We all share birthdays, so 74 trips. Yeah, well, mine's the 68th. So, um, yeah. Even my cat wished me happy birthday. He decided to let me, both of us kind of sleep in a little bit this morning. The other thing I want to discuss, I don't know if you guys saw in the news, California is having trouble with their insurance companies, especially homeowners insurance and medical insurance, and those insurance companies are leaving California. Because California has some really strict guidelines in place, or regulations in place to regulate insurance companies. And, well, my answer to the insurance companies, what's the point of being in business if you're not there to help people? I'm tired of them running roughshod over homeowners. When a disaster strikes, people pay into it so they can rebuild and everything else, and the insurance companies turn around and don't want to pay out. Now, how selfish is that? And those insurance companies need to have their heads slapped, especially their CEOs need to have their heads slapped. I go, what are you afraid of? What's wrong with paying out? Eventually you're going to recover all the money all over again. That's what insurance company, when it first formed, it was like a pool, a insurance pool. And when something happens, a portion is paid out to the victim. Victim rebuilds or whatever, wherever how bad the damage is. And then cycle starts all over again where people pay into their insurance. They expect, when I pay into my insurance, I expect excellent customer service. I expect excellent customer service when disaster strikes. I don't want an insurance company to sit there and abandon me just because they don't want to pay out their premium. And same way in the medical field. They need to go back to service only. And need to be a cap put on the CEOs, on their pay. Because in the 1970s, after Reagan, he was in office, it went from service type medical insurance or medical health care to for profit. And health care should not be for profit. It should be for service. You're providing a service to the public. Because as long as you have a healthy population, you're fine. But when you don't have a healthy population, and there's problems that keep persisting in that stage, then something's wrong. I'm sorry, my allergies are really bad today. It gets warm. It gets kind of warm up here in my apartment. I'm up here on the 3rd floor. So when it gets really warm, like 65, 70 degrees, it gets really warm up here because I'm closer to the roof. The roof is right above me. I have no other floors above me. And so I'm having to open the window, trying to get some fresh air in here, cooler air in here. But the big problem is the pollen keeps flying around, and then my allergies are back up to full bore. It's a no-win situation more than anything. So anyway, again, that's my pet peeve with insurance companies, both health insurance and the homeowners insurance. Now, renter's insurance is not too bad for me. I have renter's insurance on this, but also I have renter's insurance with my cat. If he ever cover my cats if he did any damage or anything around the apartment. So far, he hasn't. Mostly he tears up my furniture, but that's Loki's thing. There he is. If you could look right back there, see his ears popping up. That's Loki. He kind of melts into the back there. So anyway, I need more subscribers, and I need more subscribers on my YouTube channel. I'm doing slow work on my stores. I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry you're not be able to go in and shop and everything else, but I just want to revamp some stuff and change some stuff and make it more streamlined. So I'm still working at. I'm still working my YouTube channel. I got my first introductory card fixed. I need to find it and then put it on my, if I can today, when I post this video on there, I can put my introductory card on there. And then work on other things, so as I get my stores done, I will do promotion cards for my stores, or promotion card for that, and everything else. And because I want that channel to grow, and I want to make extra money. So anyway, that's my birthday wish for the year. That's what it is. I already gave myself two new presents. I got my new glasses, and also I got myself a new laptop, and I replaced the old laptop, which is right behind me, right there, and I've replaced that, and I got a new HP laptop, which I'm very, very happy with, and so I'm still doing setup with that. That way, if I go somewhere or go visit my daughter, I can take my laptop with me and take my work with me and just have fun. Because I like to stay in communication with people. Not everybody I could communicate here on my cell phone. So, and I'm still paying this off. I think I'm 3/4 of the way through now and paying it off. So anyway, If you guys have any ideas what you'd like to see in my stores, let me know any designs for my headline store, which is like small stuff like your coffee mugs, your notebooks, your shirts, your towels, whatever, um, sweatshirts, um, something like similar to this. This is, of course, my grade school sweatshirt. Um, so, um, anyway, another trip, another trip completed, another one starting around the sun. And I hope also for another birthday wish to see Trump in prison. And with the so many felony counts against him, he's going to be spending years in prison. And I'm hoping it never gets out. And including, I don't know if you also saw in the news that Trump's so-called surety bond company, it's not really a true company, it's more of a subprime. And there's a hearing on that too. Because if New York doesn't accept it, which they probably won't, they'll go right back to James will be ready for seizing his assets, seizing the money, and everything else, and say, well, you gotta start all over again. But you gotta stop breaking the law. So, now I understand Trump tried taking over Melania's company, and she would let him have it at all. She said she's making her own jewelry, she's making her own money, and she said you're not going to get 1 red cent of it. And in other words, she's not going to help him. Some ways I feel for Melania, I feel some ways I feel really sorry for her. Because malignant narcissists have a tendency to be controlling and not wanting to see the other person get ahead of them. Extremely insecure, jealous, that type of thing. And she's a lot smarter than he is. Okay? And people make fun of her being from a different country, like the Slovakia area in Europe. Now, my grandmother came from the Czech Republic. So, and at that time there was communists that her family escaped from, was the communist from the Iron Curtain. So, I feel really sorry for her. I really do. And I think she was pushed into this marriage with Donald. I don't think she didn't really want him. People think, well, he's going after his money. Well, actually, I think it's more of her. If Donald had something over her dad or her mom, of course her mom's gone now. She just, sorry to say, I feel sorry for her. I really do. Okay. So anyway, okay, well, I am going to go ahead and sign off. I'll see you on Friday. And keep your eyes peeled on everything, any changes on my YouTube channel that I'm doing, and also my stores, and I will promote both. So, anyway, take care. Love you all. Have a happy birthday, Dorothy. And Dorothy, if you talk to Virginia Terussi again, tell her I'm sorry I tried calling her back, but for some reason on her end it's not working. The messenger video call messenger is not working. So, I will talk to you later. Love you all. Bye-bye.